Today I wanted to show you how to make this beautiful clematis out of wafer paper. I really love this book. It's called the Flower Recipe Book, and here you can find different flowers in different arrangements, how you can put them together. I find that this flower is very beautiful, and that's what we are trying to recreate. They come in all different colors: blue, pink, purple, red and white, and sometimes they called Queen of Wine. So we are going to make all the petals, centers out of wafer paper, leaves, and put this arrangement together. So let's begin. Okay, so first thing we need to start is we need our wafer paper and we need to cut our petals. I have all the templates and everything you need to make this clematis flower in the description below, but let's start with cutting wafer paper. Usually what I do is I fold my wafer paper in thirds. You can see like this, letter size. And then I place my template on top of 3 layers of my wafer paper, and I'm using 0.27 millimeters wafer paper. And I'm going to cut through all 3 layers together. Total, to make one flower, we will need 4 petals, so I will cut few more. But actually, when you're making a flower, you probably need more than 4 petals, and you're making more than just 1 petal. And don't forget to save your scraps, because that's what I use to make my wafer paper glue. So I put the scraps in a glass, add water and microwave in 10-second increments until it becomes this clear gel-like consistency. And to make our stamen, we need just 1 piece of wafer paper. So I'm roughly going to cut through my template and my wafer paper. And now we have 4 petals and 1 piece to make our stamen. Let's start with wiring our petals. I'm going to use 28 gauge wire, and if you watched my previous tutorial how to wire wafer paper, I will link it down below. You know that for something like this I use a sandwich method, or as I call it, sandwich method. So I will take 4 of my petals and I'm going to place them bumpy side down, because bumpy side is going to be my face side, and then I will cut a few pieces of wafer paper to be the back for my wire. I will need a small brush and 4 pieces of 28 gauge wire. So I'm going to take my first piece of wafer paper bumpy side up, apply a small amount of my wafer paper glue I have here, place my wire in the middle, apply a little bit more and put it on top of my petal. I'm going to press everything together to remove any excess glue I have and cut any pieces of wafer paper that I do not need. So now I have my first petal wired. I will set it aside to dry and I will wire all my petals. And now all my petals are wired. I'm going to set them aside to dry, and let's start working on our stamen piece. So for the stamen, I have this piece of wafer paper and I'm going to use my AC tonic mixture. You have a recipe down below, but basically this is a glycerin-based wafer paper conditioner. I'm going to put a little bit on my palette. I will need a small brush and I'm going to use a touch of yellow gel color to color my stamens. I want the color to be relatively light, so I'm going to add small amount. You can use ivory, you can use different colors. Clematises are very beautiful flowers. So I'm going to paint starting with the bumpy side of my wafer paper. And to prevent wafer paper from melting, I'm going to use a touch of cornstarch. And of course on my fluffy brush. So I'm going to gently press it down and then paint the other side of my wafer paper. Again, small amount of cornstarch. And now I have my base for my stamens. I'm going to take a piece of 22 gauge wire. This is going to be my stem. And I need to cut it in half then make a hook on top, something like this. So this is about 7 millimeters or 1/4 inch hook. And now for my stamen piece, I wanted to make sure that this is not sticky and it's not melting. Next step, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a pair of small scissors and fringe, create these small pieces, maybe 2 millimeters wide, so something like this. And you need to cut your wafer paper while it's still soft, because if you wait until it's fully dry, it will be much harder to shape. So here I have my fringe, and you can see I cut it roughly maybe halfway, maybe even less than that. So I'm going to place it bumpy side down on my floral pot and use thick end of Dresden tool, or you can use a ball tool. I'm going to gently press on each piece to curl it. You can see it becomes very fluffy. And then I'm going to take my wafer paper glue on a small brush, apply thin amount here on the white part. Again, I'm working on my shiny side of wafer paper, so bumpy side down. I will take my hooked wire, press it down, and we'll start with attaching our stamens or our center to our wire. And I'm going to gently roll it on itself and create this center. So here I have my clematis center. I'm going to press it down, make sure it is stuck to my wire. And now I need to set it aside to dry again before arranging our flower. Now I'm going to shape my petals and vein them and give them all the movement. First thing I need to do is I need to mix my conditioner, same acetonic as always. But for the color, I'm going to use a mixture of two colors. This violet by Wilton and a touch of dusty rose by Americolor. I want my color to be saturated, but not as bright as this straight violet. So I have my pink here, and I'm going to rub a little bit and add to my mixture until I like the color. And to check my color, I'm going to use just a regular piece of paper towel and see if I want it to be more on the purple side and not so violet. So maybe just a touch more. Now I'm happy with my color, and it's not as bright and bold as just straight violet from the bottle. I'm going to take my petals. I have 4 here, and I will start with the back side. And back side is my shiny side, so I'm going to color my back side first and set it aside to dry before coloring and shaping my front side. And you can see my wafer paper starts to curl, but it's okay because this is a very small amount of moisture and it will flatten after it's dry. Now that my petals are dry on the back side, I'm going to color and shape them on the front side, which is my bumpy side, and I'm going to vein them using my favorite peony veiner from the Sugar Art Studio. I believe I will put a link down below. But if you have a Clematis veiner, you can use that. I don't have one, so that's why I'm going to use my favorite one. Here again, I'm taking my petal, checking my brush that I don't have any excess moisture, and I'm going to gently paint on the front. Check that my wafer paper is soft and can be placed in a veiner. I'm going to apply a small amount of cornstarch just to prevent it from sticking, and I'm going to place it my face side down, so bumpy side down. Press and hold for a few seconds because wafer paper takes a little bit longer than sugar paste or gum paste to get on some texture. So here I have my petal with a few indentations, and I will put it aside before adding more texture. So again, I'm going to gently paint with my conditioner. to have this beautiful color like cornstarch and place it in my veneer. You can skip this step, it's up to you. I just love to give my petals a little bit of more movement. So here's my second one. Now to make it look like a clematis petal, I'm going to take my Dresden tool, sharp end, and if you look at any pictures of clematis flower, you will find 3 distinct lines in the middle of the petal, and that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to gently press it down and draw these lines. And then I'm going to bend it outwards, give it some movement, and place it on a bumpy foam to dry. Now to make my leaves, I will use a leaf template, 2 layers of Wafer paper, and I want my Wafer paper to be bumpy side up as my face side. I will use a piece of 26 gauge wire, and what I need to do is I need to roughly cut a piece of Wafer paper the size of my template, like this. And then mix my conditioner. I'm going to use the same mixture, acetonic, what I use for all my Wafer paper flowers. So I'm going to put a little bit in my palette. And for my color, for my foliage, I'm going to use juniper green. You can use avocado green, you can use forest green. It's up to you. I just like this color, and I'm going to take a small amount and mix with my conditioner. So to make our leaves, what I'm going to do is I'm going to sandwich my wire in between 2 layers, and I will start with my first layer. I'm applying a thin amount of my Wafer paper conditioner with the color here. Place my 26 gauge wire roughly about 3/4 of the way as my template. So, and press it down. Now I'm going to use the same mixture to paint my Wafer paper on both sides and make it green for my foliage. And if you're working in a very humid environment and your Wafer paper is melting, you can paint just one side, set it aside to dry for 5 to 10 minutes, and then come back and paint the other side. So here I have my leaf. I'm going to use my cornstarch to prevent it from sticking to my template. I'm checking that my Wafer paper is not extremely sticky, and I can place my paper template on top, starting from my wire, and then I'm going to cut my leaf. So here I have my Wafer paper leaf on a wire. I removed my template, and now I'm going to shape it. So I'm placing it down onto my floral pot. It is not sticky, but it's still soft, so you can see I can shape it. And I'm going to take small ball tool and gently shape this leaf to give it some movement, and then on the other side to curl it a little bit. Because I have my wire almost to the end of my leaf, I can shape it and pinch it at the bottom like this. Now when I'm happy with the shape of my leaf, I'm going to place it on a bumpy foam to dry before assembling everything together. Now that I have my petals, they are dry, I have my leaves also dry, and my center that we made first is dry. We are going to dust and put everything together. Let's start with our center and our leaves. I'm going to use this fern petal dust and makeup brush. So I will take just a little bit of this fern dust, and I'm going to dust the bottom part of my center. And to make it a little bit more interesting, I'm going to take a little bit of this aubergine color, the same color I'm going to use to dust my petals. I'm making sure that I have as little as possible on my brush, and my brush is dry. And I'm going to stipple in the middle to give it more color differences. So here is my center. And same for my leaves. I will take this fern color to dust my leaf in the middle. Both sides, my front side and my back side. And same aubergine. This is by Nicholas Lodge, this color aubergine by Chef Nicholas Lodge. And I'm going to take small amount and brush on the tops of my leaves. So here is my dusted leaf. I hope you can tell the difference between just plain leaf and with a little bit of petal dust. And for my petals, I'm going to use the same color combination. I will take a touch of this fern green and dust just at the bottom, like this. And using a little bit more of this aubergine dust, I'm going to paint my petal in the middle. Starting from the top and gently bringing this to the middle of my petal. So my top of my petal is aubergine and the bottom is fern green. So now we have every parts of our flower dusted. Let's assemble our flower. Now that I have all my parts, let's start with assembling our flower. I have my light green floral tape and I need to cut it in half. I'm using this tape cutter by Jam and it's relatively easy to use. What you need to do is you need to place your floral tape here in the middle, press it down with this part and pull through the end while you're pressing down. So you can see here it has one cutting blade and it makes working with floral tape much easier. And you can see that this color combination works very well with the color of my floral tape. That's why I'm using this juniper green fern dust and light green floral tape by PME. And let's start with assembling our flower. I will take my center first. I will take a piece of this half width floral tape, stretch it, and start taping at the bottom of my center, like that. Then I'm going to take my first petal, bend it, and attach here. Place my second petal opposite from my first petal, and attach 2 more petals. And Clematis flower, you can find them from different varieties from 4 petals up to about 20 petals. But I like this shape and I like this color, so I'm going to bring my tape down and tape everything together. So here I have my flower, and because every petal has its own wire, I can move it around, I can bend it if I need to, and make sure that I like the placement of my petals. So here's my Wafer paper Clematis. Let's start with assembling leaves and making beautiful tendrils. I will start with my half-width floral tape without any wires inserted in. I'm going to create this shape first, and then I'm going to insert my 22 gauge wire to work as another stem for my leaves. Now what I'm going to do is I will take thin brush and twist this tendril part together to create this beautiful shape. Same method works for sweet peas or anything where you need to create these tendrils. Then I'm going to take another piece of floral tape, start at the bottom, so where my tendril ends and my floral wire starts. And then I'm going to start placing my leaves. My first leaf, I will bring my tape down for about ½ an inch. I will take another leaf on the opposite side, another leaf, and my small one. So I'm going to give it some movement and bend it the way I want it to be. And then I think it's a beautiful flower arrangement to place on your cake. So now you know how to make this beautiful Leafy paper Clematis. I hope you like this tutorial. Give me a like and subscribe to my channel. I'll see you next week. My name is Anna Stashkina. Bye bye.